This
Good
meeting is
evening,
being
ladies.
recorded.
How are you?
Good evening.
Hi.
Hey, listen, so everyone out there, please remember, we want you to like, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Don't forget, we need your support. Hey guys, who watched the Super Bowl? I'll be honest, I really didn't watch the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl
Who
was
watched
on.
halftime?
I watched the halftime show. So who watched the halftime show last weekend?
Oh, yes.
So what did you guys think of the
It was
halftime show?
fire.
Well, the
Fire.
Republicans hated the halftime show. I think they didn't like the Crip Walk.
It was too black. It was too black. It was too black.
They
They
like
just
it.
had
Wait.
Eminem representing, so it was too black for them.
Well, but no, when Beyonce was on there, it was just her. It's been African Americans by themselves before. I think that what you're saying, it was too many of them probably in one place.
Well, that's what she means. She means like the anthem, the Mary,
The
Mary.
Crip, wait, the Crip Walk was what got me. I was like, oh, they didn't do that. I said they did a whole Crip Walk.
That's LA. I mean, that's Dr. Dre and Snoop. What you think? You know what I mean?
Well, that's Snoop. Snoop Crip Walk all the time. But I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was good. You know what? But did not 50 Cent look like somebody took an air balloon and blew him up?
That's what they all said.
He's gained weight.
He
He's gained weight.
looked like he had a lot
You
of
know, he
helium.
was always very fit.
Yeah. Well, now when you're really fit and you gain weight and you're not really working out as much,
Yeah.
you just look like a balloon.
Yeah.
I've been there,
Yeah.
done that. So, but yeah, overall,
Mary, well, look, I'm not. Mary looked a little
chunky.
She looked a little wide at the waistline.
Yeah, she was a
I
little
kept
thick.
saying that should have been a little more one piece than having that opening because, you know, that's why Tyler Perry can imitate her.
But you know, I love Mary J. That's my girl. But I don't know why she like that look with the high boots and them shorts and them whatever. But that's her
I mean,
look.
you know, she's got, the stylist picked that out.
That's her signature, but that's her signature look. Well, she can say no. She
It
doesn't
is.
have to wear what the stylist pick out. Okay, but that's
And
her.
then, like in her video, she looks much more pulled together at that point where she was more this on live TV. So
Yeah.
it could be some airbrushing done in a video, but
Yeah,
I don't
well, there
know.
probably is a lot
Mary,
of
Mary, I
airbrushing
loved
done.
her. She was great.
Oh, yeah. I thought she looked good, y'all. I don't
She
know.
did.
I thought
She
Oh
did.
no, we're not saying she did. Bonnie said she just looked
She
a little
looked great.
wider, and they because they probably do airbrush her in the video. See, that was live TV. You can't airbrush that. You know,
Mhm.
what you see is what you get.
Mhm.
Basically. So Wendy had an excursion this weekend, Bonnie. She went out with some of her friends. I said, you didn't invite us, but then she explained why. So I gave her a break.
I had to do the intel first, Bonnie, because I didn't know what, went
It's
to a new
understandable.
place that has a happy hour. Well, fairly new. Okay, new for me for sure. That has a happy hour from 7 to 8, where if you sit at the bar, the drinks are free.
But how long are they free for, Wendy? Up until what time?
7 to 8.
Okay.
An hour.
If you're sitting at the bar.
Oh, okay. So you have to be sitting at the bar.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
So you guys had a good
So we
time.
had a great time. We're going back.
Well, that's
We
good.
had a wonderful, the music, the DJ, and everything was on point.
Was anyone dancing or
And-
anything?
Yeah, people were dancing.
Okay.
We mostly danced in our chair and sang all the songs at the bar. We knew all the words to the song because it was just our kind of music. You know what I mean?
Well, that's good. Okay,
Really
good.
nice.
Well,
Yeah.
well, glad you had a good time. And the weather, what was the weather like? Nice, Friday.
Not too cold. Not too cold.
Right.
Do they
People
still?
came out.
Do they still have the patio area, Wendy, at that place that you went to? Because it used to be something else. And they had an outdoor.
It could be a little spot that they could put tables. You know what I mean? When it gets nice, it
Right.
could be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, ladies, last week we had Jonathan on. We wanted to get a male's point of view, and he gave us some real interesting points about what men think about relationships and dating after 50. So I think that he enlightened me to some things. So I'm sure he enlightened you ladies as well. Anything that stood out to you that he said?
Not to me.
No.
I mean, it was I like what he said about I thought it was interesting what he said about, somebody who could go to the game and all that. Cause I have some friends that have pretended that they like football. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
For the
People that
relationship.
dress up, dress down, put the baseball cap on, put the sneakers on, just hang
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
and get
yeah.
fly.
But so
Yeah.
does that mean, was your takeaway from that is that we should like it or?
No, but I
You
like
know.
that. I mean, I like the fact that, I mean, because I can do that, and I do that.
Well,
I
I
mean-
think what he said is you should be able to go everywhere, right? Like to church, to the game.
Well, he said he
You
likes
know
a woman that is able to transform like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I think you should. I mean, I don't want to say you should be able to, but but that breaks up the monotony, add some fun to it. You know what I mean?
You should be able to go to different types of events for sure.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, do we have to like football is what I'm saying.
No, you can pretend.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
You can pretend. Come on,
Bunny,
No,
No,
Yeah,
but
no.
I'm
Bunny,
no.
kind of with you on
I
that.
hate sports. I hate them. I hate them all. I can't pretend. I tell a man I'll be your cheerleader. Okay, that's all I'm giving you. I'll be the cheerleader. I'm gonna get the pom-poms. I'm gonna dress up like them. I'll go to the game with you, but I don't understand it. And then the man will get mad because I'm asking. No.
Well, no, I don't. I'm not. I like basketball and tennis. Football, I tolerate if I'm in a relationship with
I
someone.
don't like any sports.
know.
Any.
But
So
you
I'm really
tolerate it if you met a guy that you really
no,
like.
it's not about the top. No, don't get me wrong. I'll tolerate it, but I'm just not gonna be commentating or whatever
Well,
because
no, and that's not expected. You know what?
no, it
My-
is. It is
Well, no,
conversation is a part of that.
From my
thing.
expectation, when I've dated guys that I've dated, they are happy the fact that you are just there with them watching the game. They don't. I've never been with a guy that wanted me to know about football. Now I do understand basketball and tennis a little bit more, so I can comment. But I've never been with a guy that wanted me to, especially if we were the group of people. Maybe if you're just one-on-one with him, and then he's bored because you really don't know anything, I can get that. But I mean, that's my experience. What about you, Wendy?
Well, I think what Jonathan was saying is he wants you to be able, his lady, he wants you to be able to put your hat to the back and enjoy the game, like enjoy the game.
Well, you can pretend. You don't have to comment. You don't have to know every play. I don't know. You don't have to know every play.
That's you. You pretend. I'm not pretending. That's a Christian move.
I don't think I'm
think
good
I
at
can do it.
pretending.
Right.
I'm
thank
going to
you.
go to the game, but I just want to see what everybody got on.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's a Chrissy thing. You pretend. Because it's not going to work with me whatsoever. I couldn't pretend if I wanted to. Okay, let me see right
You
through
see
me.
everybody else jump up, you just jump up and scream too. That's all.
Look, I did
Well,
that shit.
if you, I'm not sure about your college, but see, we didn't have football at my college. My college wasn't a
Neither did
football. No.
Neither do we.
But some
I
girls,
didn't go
if you
to
went to a
college.
college,
It's
you
not
you
even
kind of got that
football.
experience.
Yeah.
You know enough about it to be able to pretend.
Listen,
Right.
I am from the North, and in the North, college sports and all of that are not that big.
It's not like
In the
South.
North, it's mainly professional sports. Down in
Okay.
the South, college sports, high school sports, all sports is
Yeah.
big, crazy big. And in the college thing is crazy big. I went to the Fashion Institute of Technology, so that goes to show you there was no football games going on there.
No basketball team.
No,
And that's what
nothing.
I'm talking about. I can only tell you about what I know. What I know is fashion. Okay, I'm an FIT student myself. That's what I know. I never,
Okay.
my husband was a almost professional football player. And when we got married, he would have those, when the guys would be over and whatnot. Girl, please, I locked myself in a room. And those days it was like one TV. I begged, listen, you got to get 2 TVs in here because I'm not going to be in there with them. Nope. I
Yeah.
hated it. I know I can't
Ladies,
do that.
that's interesting to understand how we all have a different mindset on that. So, and that was the
Yeah.
one thing that stood out to, that was one of the things that stood out to me. There were other things in his conversation, but you know what? We will be able to talk to him further when we appear on his radio show. Hey, everyone, we're going to be on WJPRG on March 8th at 7:45. We'll remind you again. We want you to check us out.
Yep.
All right, ladies. So, hey, listen. We're going to talk about being single because we are all single right now. So the question is, why are you single? Why are we single?
Ooh.
Who wants to take that on?
Ooh.
Bonnie, you had some choice words for that one. You go ahead.
Okay, and reading the, but see, you need to say the information that you sent me to get the choice words I had.
So we have some commentary from a gentleman, and it's his thought. Why are you single? So he has three reasons that ladies think that men would be attracted to them. And one of the reasons is physical. Oh, I'm beautiful. I'm looking like a whole snack. I can put it down. Why wouldn't a man want to be with me? And the second one is, and he says that most women, this is logical according to them. Oh, I'm educated. I got my own money. I can cook. I can clean. And the third reason he thinks women think men should be automatically attracted to them. So if they're automatically attracted to you, then you wouldn't be single, I guess, right? Morally, this is where you get that, oh, I'm a good girl. I keep my legs closed. I'm a virtuous woman. I'm not like all those other women out. That's not what he said, but I'm not like all those other women out there getting lit and whatever. You know, I'm not a thought, basically. Okay. So with that said, Bonnie, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I never in my whole entire life pretty much thought to myself those things to get a man or keep a man or any of those things. I mean, in the era I grew up with, you obviously just kept yourself the way you keep yourself. Not that I went out to be what the other girls were or things like that. I never thought that. But as Chrissy and I spoke later on in high school, yes, you are forced with that thing because now you are older and you're developed and you're in competition with other women. Okay, it's not the same when you're younger, but that high school age is where they it's a pressure point. Okay, when you see your girls going with the captain of the football team and you know you kind of had a crush on him, right? Then you kind of be like, well, what she got I don't have. That's when it comes to play. But I never personally focused on that as a way to get a man or to keep a man. But yes, it did run across my mind. Oh, how come she got him? I talked to him. I say, hey, I think I got it going on. So you do question your mind.
Well, but wait, see, you just said that. I think I got it going on, and that would be the one that he thinks most women think is logical. Oh, I got it going on. I got my own money. I can cook. I can clean. He's got to want me. But then he says that basically, well, if you're single, it's a clear indication that you don't understand men, you don't understand male psychology, and you don't really understand what truly compels men to want to commit to a woman.
I mean, you know what? I agree. I agree with that.
Okay, so give us your thoughts on that. That's okay.
And he threw in there too, Chris, if you're in a relationship that's not working out, then you're in this group too.
I know, right? He said that you're single as well. Well, but that is true. If it's not working out, you'll be out of it soon.
Yes, this is true. This is true. I think that it's funny because when I wrote all these things, not physical, sexual prowess, not domestication or morality or sexual discipline. That's not what education, money, status, none of that, right? That he's saying that's not it. But isn't that what we've been saying isn't that what we're saying that we were thinking that men wanted? Just in our conversation.
Well, they do want, they don't necessarily want, you don't have to be educated, but they do want a woman that has some sense of knowing, about life and, the world to some degree. They don't want, the dizzy chick, or I don't think. They don't want the dizzy chick to marry. They might want the dizzy chick to hang out with.
But see, what he's saying, that's not it. That's not it. Not to say these are nice qualities. I'm talking about according to his opinion.
Well, no, he's saying the three things that I mentioned, that's not it. I know that, yeah.
That's not it.
No,
That's
I
not
understand
So
that.
what is it? What is it?
Okay, you gonna get to that, Chris? What he says?
Okay, you can talk about it. What it is.
Okay, so he
Yeah, go right
says
ahead.
that it's about men are emotional. So it's about feelings, right? And there's I have to get the breakdown on the feelings, but he has 3 examples. He provides 3 examples.
Well, can I interject the feelings if you don't mind, Wendy?
Yes.
I'll just read them real quick. So,
Yes.
does he feel needed by you, or do you continually express how much you got this? Does he feel safe around you, or does he fear your reactions because you don't know how to control your emotions? Does he feel like he can be himself, or is he picking up your subtle hints that you would rather him be somebody else? Ooh, that's happened before.
Okay.
Does he feel connected to you, or are there some severe disconnects because you refuse to get vulnerable enough to acknowledge your flaws? You know what? Why can't they acknowledge their flaws? I'm over that. Okay, I digress. Does he feel a healthy sense of freedom, or does your neediness cause him to feel that committing to you?
The neediness.
Wait, listen to this, guys. Your healthy sense of freedom, or does your neediness cause him to feel that committing to you will trap and suffocate him?
Ooh.
Does he feel challenged by your femininity to rise to the occasion, or do you tolerate certain behaviors and thought processes out of some type of pseudo submission, or just to keep the peace? And finally, do you keep him guessing to the point where he feels excitement just being around you, or are you just happy engaging in the monotony of checking off the basic boxes?
Monotony.
On your wifey material checklist.
On your wifely material checklist.
Wait.
It's funny though.
Let me read the last sentence. You're lying if you say you've never seen a woman whom you thought was unattractive, but she was married to whom you thought was an extremely handsome man. Hopefully you see the trend here. Feelings. So I will agree with that, because I've seen lots of women. I'm like,
And vice versa, right? And sometimes it's vice versa, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I agree, and I believe that that's part and partial the reason, because that woman is his peace. He comes home, the world is on his shoulders when he's outside the house. When he comes home, he wants peace. He wants that subtle.
There's something about how she makes him feel.
Yeah, he wants that
something about
sensuality, that femininity. That is
neediness.
What'd you say?
That neediness.
No, he's saying.
Yes. I'm saying when they come home and you need them to.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a part of that too.
Oh, but no, he was talking about her neediness for him to do.
Isn't that what I said? Her neediness for him. Yes.
Well, he was using needy like on a negative, like needy, like you're gonna suck the life out of him. You're so needy.
And I find a lot of guys are attracted to needy women. Women
and
who can't pay their rent.
That is true. I agree with you, because you know what? That they feel like that's a damsel in distress and they can rescue her. And yes,
right.
I agree with you.
Right.
But men don't want, and because men want to be that. On that note, they want to be your knight in shining armor. They want to feel like you need them. They want to believe that they are there because you need them to be that rock, so to speak. You know what I mean? That security blanket. that person that's going to be there for them. Men, and that's where I think the feelings come in. Wendy, do you think? Because they need that.
Well, think about another example that he gave, and then you haven't gotten to it yet. I might be jumping ahead.
No, go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
kind of fits in with that neediness, if you will. He says something about he might, if you ask him what is he looking for, like he said, a lot of us don't ask men what they're looking for. Well, I mean, we do, right?
Yeah, I think I do.
So, and they say
so what's the difference?
They want a proverb woman, right? But then they marry a waitress and try to turn her into a Christian. Those are his words.
Yeah, I believe that.
A waitress and turn her into a Christian. I think maybe he meant like a stripper and turn her into a Christian. So I don't know how, I don't know what he meant there.
And he also said most men want a wife to not only be fit and feminine, but also give them peace.
Yes.
And I don't think that all that well, you know what? He didn't say all. He said most want a woman to be fit. And that's not necessarily true, because I know lots of men that love voluptuous women, and these voluptuous women are not fit. So, but he didn't say all, he said most. He said most want them to be fit and feminine. But men do, I hate to say it, they really do need that. They need that cuddled up next to them and, oh, how are you feeling today? Did you have a good day? Well, you know what? I need that too.
Right. Well, a man once told me, whatever a woman wants, a man wants. This was dealing with sex as well as outside of sex, friendship,
intimacy,
relationship, whatever it is, whatever a woman needs, a man needs too. So we always do have to feel like the man feels the same way we do. Maybe they show it differently. I'm not really sure. That's why this guy, to me, all this stuff, it go to hell. Because you know what? In the end, I'm just going to be me, and you have to like me for me. And I have to like you for you. So why do I want to? I'm sorry. I didn't like it.
You're not buying any of it, Bonnie? You don't buy any?
No, I really don't. I'm sorry.
But I think that some of those things that he said, men do want. I'm not going to say everything, but of those three areas, I think that in some of those areas, men do want some of those things. Yes, they do.
Of course.
Maybe not all of those things. I won't say all of them, but what I will say is men, even the man that says he wants a strong woman, and when you're in the relationship, you find out that he really doesn't want a strong woman, because when men find out what a strong woman really is like, they can't take it.
No, they can't. Right.
So they're
wrong.
They want a woman that can hold I think it's more they want a woman. They should say they want a woman that can hold their own, that can hold a conversation, that if I needed her to do this, she can do it, but not a woman that's just going to step out and try to do everything. Because that's what he said when he said that, does he feel needed by you, or do you continuously express how much you got this? Well, you know what? I don't have anything. You can have it all. I'm just going to put it on the table. You can have it all.
See, that's why I say I just don't. This crap is for the birds. I'm sorry.
Well, let's look at this for a second. So he's saying that women who think that, oh, I'm beautiful, I look like a whole snack, I can put it down, why wouldn't a man want me? Well, you know what? Most men do want, he said it over here, they want a fit and feminine woman. Well, that type
they want all of those three things. They want all of them encompasses to one, but sometimes they can't deal with a woman who has all those complexities, all right? Because then they become a challenge, or they get threatened, or they get jealous because she has everything you want, but maybe in a conversation, she can't shut up.
Well, but I think I'm sorry, I do think that the average man wants a beautiful woman. I do. I think that the average man wants a beautiful woman. Let's see, what else under the physicality? Well, he said that most men want a fit woman, so that's a contradiction right there. So why wouldn't a woman think that a man shouldn't want her because she's fit? You said that, you said it right there. Most men want a wife to not only be fit and feminine, but also to give peace. Okay, so let's look at the logical one where he said that women are like, well, he should want me. I'm educated. I got my own money. I can cook. I can clean. But we already said that when we had those 10 attributes, remember, and cooking and cleaning don't fall into those 10 attributes, if you recall. They fall out. Men don't want to hear that. That's not what they want to hear. They want to hear the word support. What did we say? What were those 10? Let's see. Because cooking and cleaning, I've learned that no, that's not what because the average man kind of expects a woman to be able to cook, and that's not necessarily the case with every woman. They can't cook. But I think the average man, that's just his expectation. So if you recall, we talked about 10 attributes or descriptive words that a woman can use to describe herself. They were creative, dependable, flexible and open-minded, honest, supportive, energetic, reliable, loving, nurturing, and loyal. Cooking and cleaning don't fall in there anywhere. So I do agree with that because I think that for most men, they just think that's a given, the cooking and cleaning. So what do you guys think?
I think when I was married, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I think when I was married, my husband expected the cooking and cleaning. It was a big fallout. It was a big fallout, okay? Because I would tell him, I said, oh, he would be like, you don't know how to cook collard greens? And I would say, I don't like collard greens. I don't eat collard greens. So no, I don't know how to cook.
You didn't get to know your husband well before you married him. You
I knew my husband very well, but I knew his mother, and my mother could cook collard greens. And I told him just that. Go to their house and eat it. Because when he was dating me, he ate it at their house. I did not cook it.
But but that's what I'm saying. That's why I said most men assume that women can cook. They do. Maybe not as much today. Maybe not as much today, because the women of today, and I don't want to say the women, but the younger women more so, might not indulge in, those type of things on a regular basis. But, women, I think over 40, 50 in their 60s, I think most of those women can cook, You can cook, Vonnie. Stop.
I'm not saying
Go ahead, Wendy.
I'm not saying I can't cook, but I can tell you on my new job, one of the young guys, he said to me, he said, Ms. V, he said, do you cook? And I said, yeah. He said, oh. I said, why you ask me that? He said, because I always see you with Lunchables, right? I never even brought a Lunchable. I bring snacks. I get off at 2:00. So why should I eat really lunch? Because 2:00 is lunch. But I said to him, I said, yes, I can cook, and I cook very well when I want to cook. I said, but I never want to cook because I live by myself. I said, so it's really hard for me to bring in leftovers. I said, and you know what? I don't even like leftovers. So you're not going to see that with me. But I get that with a lot of guys I've dated. Okay, that I've gone out with, they always ask me, can you cook? And
no, because most men, they just expect that women can cook. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say is that I'm often asked that, oh, you from South Carolina? You can cook.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it is, I think all three of these categories that he said is not, I think they're like equal, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like the physical and yeah, they want them to be attractive, but that's not a big thing, is what he's saying. That's a not.
I don't think that's true though. I think most men want women, not necessarily, I won't say fit, but they want an attractive woman.
Let me just make the point here, Chris. When he says the example where you can see a very attractive man with a not so attractive woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You follow me?
I do.
So she might not even be fit, okay?
Right.
But she could cook.
No, it's a feeling, it's an emotional thing.
No, I get all of that, but I still disagree. Yeah. I still think the average man wants a nice looking woman. I do. I mean, I'm just saying the opposite of, I know what he's saying, but I'm not agreeing with that.
They do to have her on their arm, yes.
Yeah, but to have on his arm and even at home. I'm just saying, I don't agree with that particular portion of his commentary. I think most men want a nice looking woman. I do. And yes, you do have men that marry women that may not be the most attractive, but you know what? They're probably very loving, they're understanding, they're supportive, you know, all those other, they cook, they clean. So,
And those are the men that cheat. Okay, they cheat with the good looking, fine
Right.
ass, upkept woman. I'm sorry, there is an opposite to all of this. They marry that woman that they think is like their mama, and then they cheat on them. Sorry.
well, everybody out there, I want you to know that
That's Bonnie's opinion.
That's not the
Only
opinion of all the
Bonnie.
ladies.
But no, but remember one thing, we keep reading a man's opinion from
Oh,
so-called
yeah.
other men. I'm being honest, I'm being truthful. I'm telling you, BS. They cheat. Okay, they marry that woman that looks like their mother and reminds them of their mother and smells like their mother. Okay, that guy, the perfume. All
Oh,
right.
hey, I bought, Wendy, I bought the
She
perfume.
bought the perfume. That's why I brought it up.
Yes, wait, I haven't used it yet. We're
But she
going
liked the smell of it.
Yeah, I did like the smell of it, and we're going to the museum next weekend, Bonnie and I. So I'm gonna wear it and see what it smells like to her. See if I smell like collard green.
No, put it on and try it.
Right. Why she waiting until she with me? She needs to wear it to work, wear going
Wear
shopping,
it to
wear
work.
it
Yeah,
wherever.
that's the
Get
test.
an
That's the
opinion. Would you
test.
be
Okay,
hurt?
I'll wear it to work tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be hurt if somebody said, "Oh, Chrissy, I don't like that smell"? Then you just
you
don't wear
smell
it
like
again.
Then you know.
You
You
smell
can
like
give it to me at that point.
you smell like collard
Then
greens.
you
and
buy
hair-
me the
Wait. They're gonna tell me I smell
$450
like collard greens and hair sizzling.
He said it
Just
smelled
like
like
it won't,
his
it won't be going with your
grandmother's
chemistry. You know what I mean?
back room where she did cooking and doing hair. So
Right.
in his eye, it was a compliment, and my eye, it was an insult.
I
So-
know, right?
Honey, do you still wear it?
Yeah, I love it.
He loves
Over
it.
my over my, which is my star perfume. What's the name of it? Angel. Over my
Angel.
Angel, which is my favorite in the world perfume, and I got a $450 bottle of perfume somebody gave me, and I love that too. But I bet you I put that damn black woman on, especially going to work, because I get to save my really expensive perfume. But that's
like
because
your
I do
everyday
like it.
go-to.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
So, ladies, we've just got a few minutes left. So overall, what do you think? Because he's saying that we have no idea and we don't understand men, and we don't understand what they want. So Wendy, tell me, what do you think? What do you think men want? And and of those things that men want, do you embody those attributes?
Do I embody those attributes? I'm trying to because it keeps coming up about being their peace, right?
Right.
It keeps coming up.
Exactly.
So, and even I'm seeing it on dating profiles. I don't know if you see that, Bonnie, but I see that no drama, no drama.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Yeah. If
Right.
you got drama,
So-
answer this ad. Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
So then that has got to be a resounding, that's a big thing for them.
Right.
So now we know it's about they're emotional, except Bonnie said SBS. But if we go along with this guy, they're emotional, right? So they can date you. This was another example, Bonnie. We did fail to mention this with Chris. They can date you for 10 years and then marry somebody.
Somebody
they-
else.
Somebody else. Yes.
Because
Yeah.
you know what? Because they felt that that attachment. There were things that they've always wanted, and they finally found them in this particular person, and they're willing to give up what they have because those wants and needs are
Cheating.
so strong.
It's called cheating, Chrissy. It's called cheating. However you want to put it, nice and sweet, and that beautiful smile of yours, it's called cheating. Because while I was with this woman for 10 years, how the hell did they find the other woman to find out what they really wanted, if not cheating? And I'm not saying all men cheat. Please, I am not a harsh, hurt person. Thank God I didn't have that with.
That's you're gonna get that bitter
I can get that
PW.
bitter, but I can be real about what I'm saying to whoever I'm saying it to. Because I could not have all my exes as my best friends. I couldn't. If I was bitter, I couldn't, because I didn't get that cheating thing going on. But as I grew in life, this is what I saw around me. And you're just saying it. You're saying this man went with this woman for 10 years and he loved her and he's this and she had all those and qualities embodied in them, but yet he married somebody else. How did he meet to somebody else? You don't just meet them and know they have those qualities. You have to date them for a while, be with them for a minute. No. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just being honest. That's
Right,
all
no,
it is. I'm not
and
saying I'm just
when you
being
and when you look at the picture, you know, and you start putting all of the pieces or the puzzle, and you start putting all the pieces into the puzzle, I can see how you can easily come to that conclusion because yes, you would have had to have some kind of connection or contact or engagement with this person in order to know that they had those qualities that you were looking for that you do not have in your current mate. What do you think, Wendy?
I think that he was with this woman for all of these years and he didn't marry her, right? He didn't marry her. So why? Because he wasn't getting what it was that he needed. Maybe he didn't even know what it was. But then when he met this other person, they was all of that stuff that she was not.
But Bonnie is saying that he would have had to
I know what you're saying.
spend time with her. So do you agree with that?
I not necessarily, no. I have to believe, Bonnie, for my own self, that all men don't cheat.
Well, she said all men don't cheat. Yeah, she said all men.
A lot of them do, but I have to believe that they all don't.
So you believe that this man could meet this woman and have one encounter with her and have just one encounter and then make a decision that she's the person he wants to marry?
Not one encounter, but
But then he might think he's cheating.
No, not cheating. It's just it doesn't take all day to recognize sunshine.
True.
Okay.
That's true. All right, ladies, we are under a minute, so we are getting ready to sign off. Hey, everyone out there, listen, please subscribe, like, leave us a comment. And you know what? Check us out. Check out all the episodes. We've got some great commentary. So ladies, I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Have a good week. And hey, you know what? Let's finish this conversation next week because I think there's more to talk and digest in this conversation. How do you?
Absolutely.
A lot of layers.
Absolutely.
All right, then. See you in a few minutes, guys.
See you.